Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video.
I am not going to address this issue anymore because I have done so already. Reason being, it's because of the lies that they had started to spread after the killing of this man, Jerome Cunningham. As I stated before and I say again, Jerome, I know him. He's not my friend. Period. I know Jerome when I was a young police officer because his mother connection to the Mapen police station, Hungry Monday and all his youth, because their mothers used to take care of young police officers' uniform. So that's how I met Jerome. He wasn't my friend. We have no connection or anything like that. And as I can say publicly that we weren't friends. And I could never be friends with a man like Jerome. I'm not friends with people who kill other people. That's the kind of person I am. So some people believe that you keep, as if you have heard of a man named Joseph Goebbels, who was indeed one of Adolf Hitler's most influential and prominent propagandists. As the Reich Minister of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda in Nazi Germany, Goebbels controlled all German media, radio, cinema, and public arts to spread Nazi ideology and maintain regime's power. He believes that you keep repeating a lie over and over and over again. Eventually, it will become true. The people will accept it. The idea that I am describing, that repeating a lie makes people believe it, is widely known as the big lie. Big lie technique, or the illusion of truth effect. While this concept is frequently attributed to Joseph Goebbels, historical records show that the specific phrase, if you tell a big lie enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. That I wonder we can't think, actually stems from a psychological phenomenon rather than a verified Goebbels quote, though it's accurately described Nazi propaganda strategy. So the reason why I'm saying this is that we have various viewers and subscribers. We are not in any war with anyone. We're not. The only thing we are is at war with against lies, and we believe in the truth. Psychologists and media researchers study how this concept applies to modern digital information. The psychology, the illusion of truth. In cognitive psychology, the illusion of truth effect demonstrate that familiarity breeds belief. Processing fluency. The human brain processes familiar information faster than new information. Misattributing familiarity. When a person hears a claim multiple times, the brain mistake that ease of processing for factual truth. Bypassing logic. Repetition can cause individuals to accept claims without checking sources or looking for evidence. Modern application, algorithm, and media. The mechanics of modern media platforms can amplify this psychological effect through the underlying motivations differ significantly from wartime state propaganda. So you have to understand. So that are the Joseph Gomez strategy. You just keep repeating a lie and eventually people will believe it. So to all my loyal viewers and subscribers, not because somebody or people repeat lies make it true. It's not true. And this is not me warring against anyone. This is just making the truth known. Not from me, but the LAPD. It's right there. I have posted a link in the video, first video before. So today we're asking a simple question. Why do rumors spread faster than verified facts? In the aftermath of the tragic killing of Jerome Cunningham et al., social media has been flooded with claims about who was responsible. Some people have confidently named groups, say Mexicans, and motives without presenting any official evidence. Some people even went as far to say they watched video in which I had spoken to two of my former colleagues that I served with in the military, and they stated that there's none. They haven't released any. There's a certain law in California when it comes down to releasing, active murder case suspect. But here's what the Los Angeles Police Department actually said. According to the LAPD, officers responded to a shooting near 59th Street and Crenshaw Boulevard at approximately 7:45 p.m. on July 3rd. 3 men had been shot. A 49-year-old died at the scene. Some people connected to a drugsman in Jamaica stated that that was the man, that Cat is the man who was the intended target, and Jerome Cunningham wasn't, and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I had spoken to people who claim that they are friends with the man who was behind it because Cat, who just came back from prison, had robbed them. And that was their way of paying him, taking his life and killing Jerome. The 60-year-old man later died at the hospital. That's Jerome. And then you have a 54-year-old man, Nankopal from Nagohead, or Nagozed, who received gunshot wound. I live. Witnesses told investigators that 2 to 3 black male suspects approached in a vehicle and fired multiple shots before fleeing. This is how police saying, and not Jamaica Young Police. And none of these men were Hispanic or Mexicans. At the time of that official release, the suspects has not been identified, no arrest had been announced, and the police had not confirmed a motive or whether the shooting was gang related. These are publicly released facts. If someone wants to reject those facts, the burden is on them to produce credible evidence, not rumors, not anonymous social media posts, not recycle speculation, not lies. Today, we are separating official information from internet speculation, social media entrepreneurs, liars, propagandists, and unconscionable people. Because when someone's lives have been taken, the truth matters more than clicks. As we stated before, Jerome Cunningham, aka Romy, Father Romy, was a drug dealer. Was a man who allegedly responsible for the death of several people in McLaren and all over. So before I continue, just please type in the comment section below and tell us where you're watching this video from. You don't have to type your exact address. You don't have to type, I am watching from, 1080 Terracel Pathway, Brayton. No, you don't have to do that. Just write, I'm watching from Brayton, St. Catherine, or I'm watching from Jamaica. If you don't want it, you understand, specific. Just do that. So we say now, why facts matters? Facts matters in everything, because facts destroy lies. And that's the most important thing. For approximately 10 minutes, they says that after Jerome was shot, that he was communicating with the paramedics. In the case of Jerome Cunningham killing, the Los Angeles police released a public statement describing what investigators had at the stage of the investigation. According to the information released by LAPD, witnesses reported that 2 to 3 black male suspects approached the victims in a vehicle and fired multiple shots before fleeing the scene. That is the official report that's released after the initial report. This is the follow-up report. Those are facts that were placed before the public by the investigating agencies. And the reason why that happened, it's because I had contacted 2 of my former colleagues that I was served with in the military, who are detectives. They are with LAPD for over 15 years. So that's how you understand what I'm saying. Because they got out of the military and pursued their career in law enforcement. So if someone says something different, the obvious question becomes, what evidence are they relying on? Remember, people had sent video to me that people had watched video and they had seen Mexicans. That was a lie. That is a lie. Because, these detectives says that there's no video out there. No one had shared any video. And, as a detective, I say, anyone who says that, jumping the gun before even the information had reached the public, that person have an agenda. Some agenda. No little agenda, have a big agenda. Buying mud in the water and creating illusions, figment of their imagination about a killing. It doesn't matter whether they like Jerome or not. Murder is murder still. That's how we treat it. These people are not relying on official police statements, propaganda. And we can go even in depth and even further about what has happened after Jerome was killed. Have they produced court records? Have they produced arrest reports? Have they produced surveillance footage released by investigators, as they claim that they have? Have they produced sworn testimony? If the answer is no, then what they have presented is not verified facts. The police, the LAPD, they are the one that have the statements from witnesses, eyewitnesses, including Nanko Paul, who was shot, and that one of the shooters were Mexicans. There's an important difference between saying this is what the LAPD publicly stated and saying, here's my personal belief. Responsible commentators should make the distinction clear so that the audiences understand what is confirmed and what remains unverified. So if you are telling anyone is saying that it's Mexican, you must tell them, so that is your opinion, a figment of your imagination. That's because it's illusion. It's all lies, not truth. One of the greatest dangers in today's information environment is the tendency for rumors to spread quickly. A statement can be repeated across multiple videos or social media posts, giving the impression that it has been verified simply because it appears frequently. But repetition is not evidence. It's lies. When you're repeating a lie. But we don't expect someone who has been a criminal-minded or criminal-minded people who support criminals or benefited from criminality, is going to be honest. Because you have to be an unconscionable person to come out with, anyone who came out and said these lies that Mexican killed the people. No man, there have to be somebody when you care about your reputation, your integrity, and your character, or because you have none. One of the greatest dangers in today's information environment is the tendency for rumors to spread quickly. A statement can be repeated across multiple videos or social media posts, giving the impression that it has been verified simply because it appears frequently. And then they keep repeating lies and then fools believe. History provides many examples of false stories spreading widely before being corrected. The number of times a claim is repeated does not determine whether it is true. What determines whether it is true is the quality of the evidence supporting it. So if someone repeats an unsupported claim once, twice, or 100 times, repetition alone does not transform that claim into a fact. You can't use ego or or what you believe you want people to believe is true when it's not by repeating it. But some people don't care about them, as we said, some people don't care about them credibility. I hate criminals with a passion. Period. I have no problem getting rid of them. Not because I am not out there on the street, but from where I'm sitting, I have no problem getting rid of them. None. I have no problems. So if someone repeats an unsupported claims, that doesn't transform that claim into facts. The proper question is always, where's the evidence? Where's the official source? Where's the documentation? Where's the proof? Those are the questions every responsible viewer should ask before accepting a claim. That is not about defending one narrative over another. It's about respecting the difference between verified information and speculation. When discussing an active homicide investigation, accuracy carries real consequences. Victims' family deserve truthful reporting. Witnesses deserve not to have their accounts distorted. Investigators deserve the opportunity to follow evidence without additional confusion created by unsupported claims. Responsible communicators have an obligation to distinguish clearly between facts and opinion. If new evidence later emerges that changes investigators' understanding of the case, then responsible reporting should change with it. That is how honest reporting works. It follows the evidence rather than forcing the evidence to fit a preferred narrative. Integrity means being willing to say, based on the official information available today, this is what has been confirmed. It also means being willing to say, we do not yet know, when important questions remained unanswered. Those two statements demonstrate respect for the truth. They demonstrate respect for the audience. They demonstrate respect for the investigative process. Every investigator and communicator build a reputation over time. That reputation depends not on how confidently they speak, but how accurately they report. Audiences tend to place greater trust in people who correct mistakes, identify their sources, and distinguish between verified facts and personal opinion. In Jamaica, our culture, if someone reports something inaccurate and correct it, people want for 10 for 1 for write them off. Boy, we can't trust them. Remember, we as a people, we were cultured, nurtured, domesticated, and socialized to be criminal-minded people. Some of us were able to dish it, get rid of it, and be upstanding citizens by knowing that this culture is not right, because this culture destroys people. Because when you lie in it, whether or not you want to believe it, it put a weight on your conscience. So we don't expect people to get everything correct at all times. Sometimes you're going to have, information that is not that accurate. Intelligence doesn't mean evidence. That's all it is. But you have to remember credibility is earned through consistency, transparency and accuracy, not volume or repetition. If the commentator repeatedly lie about something as this, remember, you know, whether you like Jerome or not, the most important thing that you as a person must do is report the facts. Not innuendos, or not because there's a motive behind it. Because everything what people do, you know, there's motive in it. So I encourage every viewer, don't simply accept a claim because it is repeated often or delivered with confidence. Ask for evidence. As one of my subscriber and viewers said that they had went on various social media platform and asked a question about the video. So share the video with the public who will see the video for ourselves and crickets. Reason being, because there's none. It's just like some people that tell us, boy, people are leaked to the FBI. Them don't have a top secret clearance. I have done a video before and tell you that chronic law visa will be taken away. Now people, it come to the fruition. I don't brag or boast about where I work and one and two little things. That's the reason why I am not better than anyone. I am just an average guy, but you know, I believe in telling our people the truth. The Jamaican people and people worldwide who tune into the channel. As we say, evaluate whether the speaker is clearly separating confirmed facts from speculation. Compare it with official statements. Ask where the information came from. Ask for evidence. They can't produce it because they are not being honest to you. So at the time the LAPD public release the information provided by the department was that witnesses described 2 to 3 black male suspects. The department had not announced arrest, identify suspects by name, or establish a motive. Those were the publicly released facts. One thing I can tell you with California, they will catch these men. No matter what you think is skill. We live in an era of technology, facial recognition, all kind of thing. If these are black Americans who have been to jail and then pay them to kill these people, they're gonna get caught. If later official updates modify or expand on those facts, those updates should also be reported. Following the evidence, wherever it leads, is the hallmark of responsible commentary. In the end, truth does not depend on how loudly it is proclaimed or how many times it is repeated. Truth depends on evidence. Evidence, not repetition, is what gives information its credibility. That principle protects the public, respect the victims, and support confidence in the justice system. And today's code word is truth over rumors. Yes, so just type. We know that you reach to the end of the video. Truth over rumors. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.